Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Chamber check-in time. And today I'm with B2B sales manager for Boise Scandinavian Designs store, Nicole Howell. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Paul. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for carving out a little bit of time with me today. I'm excited to share a little bit about you, your history of work, and the
Sure.
Scandinavian Design stores that are here in Boise. These chamber check-ins, they've been great ways of sharing our member stories, their products, services, and more importantly, learning about the people.
Yeah.
And these check-ins would not be possible without the support of our series sponsor. It's Delta Dental of Idaho. And Nicole, as you know, Delta Dental of Idaho provides best-in-class dental insurance benefits to businesses and Idahoans, and they've been doing it for half a century. And with that, I'm going to share a fun factoid from their Tooth Truth series. Here we go.
Dental benefits are a smart and affordable investment for small businesses. Why? Some plans cost less than $1 per day per employee. You're more attractive to prospective employees. Plus, good dental health leads to good overall health, helping employees unleash their smile power and save money. Help keep your employees smiling with Delta Dental plans to meet your small business needs.
Thank you, Delta Dental. Well, Nicole, happy Thursday.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I am well. Thank you so much. Had a day off yesterday, so I love those weeks with just 2 days and then 2 days.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
great. Pretty great.
Hey, well, let's start off. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you? What's
Sure.
your history of work and
Sure.
and how did you land with Scandinavian Designs?
Yeah. So I was actually born here in Idaho. I feel like you always have to say that when you come back to
Oh,
Idaho.
right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Paul and I were just reminiscing earlier about good times spent, out in the back 40 in the summers in Idaho. And I know that those times out in the Bruno area, I just love. So I was born here. We moved from here when I was about 6, and I ended up being kind of raised in the Reno area and lived there for about 35 years and moved back to Idaho about 2 years ago. So I became a designer almost 20 years ago. I was a full charge bookkeeper of all things, and I was like, numbers are cool, but I'm sick of looking for 2 cents in the general ledger for a month, and I need to do something that I will enjoy more. And I'd always wanted to be a designer my whole life, and so I fulfilled that. I went back to school with 2 little kids and a mortgage and car payments and everything, but it's been amazing. And I had a firm, an interior design firm in Reno, where we focused mostly on residential. But I had so many wonderful residential clients who owned businesses that then we ended up doing a lot of commercial work as well, which was really great. And
Okay.
when I moved to Boise, I thought I was going to do exactly the same thing, but one opportunity fell into my lap that ended to be another opportunity, and I ended up with Scandinavian Designs managing both of the Boise stores. And then I have moved to the corporate office, which is over on Park Center, to develop a business to business department for them. And so that's what I've been doing just for like the last 4 months.
Well, for those that aren't familiar with Scandinavian Designs, why don't you take
Yeah,
us back to the origin story and
yeah,
share that family-owned business with us?
yeah. Yeah, it's really great. So the business was kind of started down in the Petaluma area, Petaluma, California, but they moved the headquarters to Boise just about 3 years ago because it actually kind of reminded them of their Nordic roots up here in the Boise area, which is
Oh,
great. Yeah, so the company was started with just the adventurous spirit of our founder, who was from Norway but was living in the U.S. And when he went back to Norway for a visit, he just decided that he wanted to bring that beautiful modern aesthetic to the U.S. And so in 1963, at a furniture store in Norway, he made some handshake deals with some manufacturers to bring that look to the US. And that's how the whole business was started. So one man, right, placing orders, picking it up at the port in San Francisco, delivering them to people's homes, just, doing all the advertising, all the displays, everything. Isn't that amazing?
I love it.
And he even would talk so fondly about, making deliveries. And on those last deliveries of the day, the family's talking him into staying and having dinner with them. Yeah, isn't it? It's awesome. is really wonderful. And now his three sons, who grew up in the business, have taken over the reins, and so it's really beautiful to see. It's also just great to see, how one man could turn this into a company that next year we'll be celebrating our 55th anniversary. Is that
Wow.
55th? Let me double check my notes. I don't want to be wrong about that. 60th. I knew it. A little bit older. 60th anniversary. And now we have almost 50 stores in 13 states. Yeah.
That's incredible, Nicole.
Yeah. It's really, and he's always been all about valuing authenticity and honoring our obligations. And that I resonate with and I appreciate it.
That resonates well with me. Doing what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Integrity.
And executing with excellence is it's not a lost art. And those businesses that have been around for 60 years know that.
Yeah. Even when I started at the Boise store, I was amazed how much trust, the store managers are given. So it's just not a micromanaging where, you get this large company. It takes all of the, the personality, but also that historical knowledge kind of can get drummed out sometimes, where they really embrace the knowledge that I have, having, a large background in interior design. And, they've just maximized that. So I really appreciate it.
Okay. Well, now the fun part. Let's talk about the products, because you actually have donated one of the mid-century chairs with the warm colors, and it's a beautiful design. You said it was Norway style.
Yeah, kind of Scandinavian style.
Okay. Tell us about
mid-century.
Some of the products that Scandinavian Design offers.
Yeah, so they have curated such a beautiful collection into the stores. You can see it online as well, of mid-century, modern, rustic, modern wares. Which it's funny because right now the market is really all about mid-century, right? But we've always been here. We've been doing that before it was really, really popular, and doing it really well with manufacturers from that area, not just mimicking that style, but actually bringing that style here. And it's really, we try to make it simple. We make it simple and you make it home. And so that's how it works in the stores. And so kind of keeping it by category and then also by color just kind of helps you to figure out what that story is going to be for your house. And then of course they have wonderful, wonderful people on staff to help you through that process. But I love it because it's not fussy, right? And just really timeless. And the pieces are such quality that it's, there's fast fashion and there's fast furniture, and we're not that. And I appreciate it. It's pieces that are going to last forever. It was so nice working in the Reno or in the Boise store, where people would come in and say, we've had this stressless chair for 40 years.
Wow.
And now we want one more, or, now my son's leaving and I want to get one for him. And I've been in the furniture industry for a long time and really had not experienced that. So it's really great to see.
Well, I can already tell the quality of the furniture, and I think it's. I just need to say that you're exactly right. It's something that's long lasting. It isn't a fashion or a fad. It is something that everyone would want in their home. And from your website, I'm looking at it right now. It's for the living room, dining room, bedroom, office. There's outdoor furniture, entryway. It's all the way from to finishing touches with wall art as well that I can see. It's a really cool piece you have behind you as well. But and then I was looking at some of the prices, because I was like, well, I wonder what all this stuff costs. Well, you have stuff that like a normal person could buy, all the way out to the really extravagant stuff as well. So you've got the whole spectrum.
Yeah, that beautiful chair that we donated for the gala, it's $8.99. Like, it's leather, it's wood, it's a style that's not going anywhere, that you can keep around, you can mix things in with it, pass it down for less than $900.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
it's really
great value.
cool. I'll put your
Yeah.
website up here on the screen here in a minute, but
Thanks.
you talked about the Boise stores.
Yeah.
So tell us a
Yep.
little bit about that. I know that there's
Yeah.
two addresses, so
Correct.
help me understand how we can shop.
Yeah, thanks. So our what we might call like a regular line store, our gallery store, is down at 2509 South Broadway. It has, all of our beautiful pieces on the floor. We don't sell right off the floor. That way we can keep those all there so that everyone can see them. But we warehouse product out of the Seattle port, so right there in the Seattle area. So if it's something that you love and want, and it's in stock in Seattle, it's here in like a week, 10 days.
Okay.
Right? We can all wait that long. And we do beautiful white glove delivery here in Boise, and even all the way up to Sun Valley and McCall.
Okay.
Right? And then the outlet is, for a lot of people who are familiar, the old Shopco building, right? Just one block away from there. Great building. There's so many options for us to use it. During the pandemic, what we were really starting to see was a huge delay in furniture, right? People were at home and they were like, man, this stuff's got to go. But the new stuff, like a year out, right? I'm sure everyone who's tried to buy anything in the last couple of years understands that. And so we really wanted to focus on having things on the floor that you could take home today. And now that's evolved a little bit, and we've been able to try out some different lines and see what we like, see if we could hit some different price points. And we also do a little bit of scratch and dent and clearance of our regular line stuff over there. And it's all available. I mean, you could furnish an entire home out of there and take it home today or have it delivered. And it's a really great concept.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we can shop at two of your stores. You've got the warehouse and then the showroom. And then how many stores did you say you have across the country?
Yeah, almost 50 in 13 different states.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's really fantastic.
I'm excited to see you tonight at the gala.
Yeah.
And we'll be over there bidding up on those items, especially that beautiful chair.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, is there anything else while I have you for a few more
Sure.
minutes that you'd like to educate the public on while we have you?
Sure. So I'll give you kind of two things that I've been thinking about. So being a designer for as long as I have, the best advice that I give to people on any kind of project that they're starting is start by looking at what you have, love, and want to keep, right? Those are not always the same thing, right? You might love it, but it won't work in your new house. The sectional goes the wrong direction, right? So you have, love, and want to keep it. And then start from the things that you have the least amount of selection with, because paint could literally be any color. So it should be kind of one of your last decisions. So with most of my clients, I usually start with the rug, which sounds like one of the last things you would pick, but it is a huge footprint in the room, and it kind of sets the tone, right? If the rug is kind of tone on tone, we might need to jazz it up onto the sofa and the pillows and art and things like that. If the rug's got a lot going on, we might just kind of marry those patterns in and not have to do as much. So, starting with those things where you don't have quite as many choices and then kind of ballooning out can make it more simple. And I love that, and I love residential design, but commercial design also, sometimes when you're doing your office, sometimes they have a designer who is helping along with that process, which we're completely happy to work with them and aid them in that process. But also sometimes it's just like, hey, could you get us office furniture? And somebody's like, oh yeah, okay, I could do that. And then you just really don't even know where to start, even how to plan the space or make sure that it's got the longevity that you need, and kind of making it a little more exciting, than some of your typical office art or office furniture. And so we're delighted to do that. So that's kind of the business, excuse me, that I'm building. And it's not just for the Boise area. My business to business title, as you might say, with the company, is that we're going to expand this out through the whole entire U.S., which is really exciting that it gets to start right here in Boise.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really love that you gave me that visual on, you start with the rug.
With the
Because
rug.
you're so right. You think about that last, but
Uh-huh.
I can see how that would all incorporate it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a superstar later tonight. I'm going to be able
Yeah.
to tell lots of people that
Yeah.
story. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've I've worked with clients who had for 10 years been looking for a rug to complete the room because they almost painted themselves into a corner with what they needed that rug to be. And at the time I worked in high end, residential. So I was like, oh, we can have that rug made. It's going to take, 16 months and cost $8,000, but we'll get you that rug. Where if you can start with a well-priced rug that's going to wear and do really well, and then kind of expand from there, it just kind of helps you along the path. So every time you're like, I'm not sure, just put it with the rug. Does it work? Yes or no? It makes your life so much easier.
Well, thanks again,
Yeah.
Nicole. I encourage anyone that is interested in Scandinavian designs to at least check out the website, because
Yeah.
there's some beautiful things. And again, mid-century style furniture, high quality, warm colors, finishing touches. And then before we go, you're hosting our December business after hours.
Yeah, at the main store, but we'll also have the outlet home furnishings open as well, so that they can see both locations. But yeah, we're happy to. Excited to do it.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Nicole, thank you so much for your time
Yeah, my
today.
pleasure.
I was honored to be able to help share the Scandinavian design story and help educate me more. I
Yeah.
learned a lot, and I look forward to our next discussion.
Yeah, and see you tonight.
Yes, see you tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye.